So, I'm going to try to do one more week of base. I'm going to try to do 28 hours this week. If I get above 25, I'll be happy. And the goal is to get 28, 25 minimum, 28. That's what I'm shooting for. But I also think I'm going to add another goal, which is to climb 29,037 feet, whatever Everest is. I'm going to try to do that in a week, which I don't know if I'll be able to do that either. And it's Monday. I took yesterday completely off, and I was planning on riding today, but it's raining and 63 degrees. So I'm making a decision right now whether I want to do basically 6 5-hour days or try to get a couple hours done in the rain. But the other problem that's compounding this is I have a couple of saddle sores I've been battling, and so I have to make a decision about whether it's better not to ride in the rain with the saddle sore to get a couple more hours, or is it better to, I don't know, I just have to make a decision here. But my idea is I'm going to try to take a very brief video, at least after each ride I do, trying to do 28 hours and trying to climb the elevation of Everest in a week. Which, if that sounds impressive, it's not that impressive because people do it like in 6 hours, but yeah, whatever. All right. Just got done 4 hours in the rain. 4 hours done, 24 to go. I think I got 4,000 feet of climbing. So, on pace. See how the saddle sores do. But again, did do it.
This little spider has been riding with me for like 2.5 hours on my bar. It's crazy.
Day two. Finished. Another 4 hours. Here's my question. Why do I keep getting stuff like this? Like fur balls just randomly on my carpet. I don't have a cat. I don't have an animal. Just randomly just show up. Did 6 hours today, day 3, but only like 5,300 feet of climbing. So I'm like 700 feet behind climbing. Oh well, another day done. Day number 4. Another 5 hours in the books. I don't know what I did as far as climbing. I'm tired. It's slow. Alrighty, so I'm getting ready to start day 5. I just wanted to mention a few things, because I think about these stuff when I'm out riding, and then I forget about it when I get done because I'm exhausted. So the first thing is, during base I shoot for 70%. And the way I calculate this probably is not right. In my mind, my max is still 200 beats, but it probably is not. So I shoot for 140 essentially. This week, that's out the window. The highest I saw my max like 2 years ago was 193, So that is 135. So I've been basically going between 120 and 140. There's points in the ride where it's getting more difficult to hold 140 the entire 5-6 hours. So I don't know if it's I've miscalculated what my max is, whatever. So my point is that some of these were what I would consider junk miles, right? Is that I'm just putting miles on the bike, but they're not super high quality focus. But as much as I can, I'm trying to keep it 130, 140, and then trying to keep it below 160 as much as I can. The other thing is I'm sore, I'm tired, I'm definitely overtrained because I'm not sleeping all that well. But it's okay. Like physically, I'm okay. Just sore and like weird things like when you ride 5-6 hours, like hot spots on the feet. But I gotta say, saddle sore situation, taking care of it as best I can. But I got one that's like festering. It's a battle. It's a battle, man. But I have a new routine and tons of D's Nuts chamois butter. You should sponsor me and give me free stuff. I'm spending a lot of money on that chamois butter. But it's good. I like it. I think it works well. The last thing I want to talk about, and I keep forgetting to talk about this, but I don't know if this is new, but I think I'm more conscious of that I'm doing it now. And that's waving to cars when I'm out in the country. So Athens City, right, in the county and the counties around here are awesome for riding because like I'm gonna go on a busy road today and it's not that busy. Knock on wood, nothing happens. But you're out in the country, right? And so you never really know how people are gonna react. Like some people are just like jerks out there. I remember one of the first rides I did in Athens, some lady rode up to me in a pickup truck and leaned out the window, like very somewhat politely, but somewhat intimidatingly, said, "You know, there's people that drive drunk out here." And I just looked at her and I was like, well, tell them not to do that. Like, so anyways, my new goal though, when I'm out riding is to wave to every single car that I see. And my idea is that going off cognitive dissonance and like, Fessinger and Cartwright and all those people's work is that people want to behave in a manner that's consistent with their attitudes. And so I think that just naturally when somebody waves, your reaction is to wave back. And so people want to behave in a manner that's consistent with their attitudes, and if they're behaving in a manner, sometimes they change their attitudes, right? So maybe by waving, then they think, oh, okay, maybe that isn't like such a bad person, and then they'll just be friendlier to cyclists in general. I have no idea if this is going to have any effect on the world, but so my idea is you catch them off guard, you wave to these, these people out on these dirt roads where they never see anybody out there. I hardly see anybody out there. And you catch them off guard and they wave, and then they have to make this cognitive shift that cyclists aren't bad. And the other thing I just want to point out is I think that most of the people that you encounter, especially people with like four-wheelers or like I don't know, people that are out there for some sort of like passion, like hunting or something like that, I think for the most part they get it. Like I don't think they understand like why is this dude in spandex and riding his bike, but I think they get that aspect of, oh, here's somebody that's doing something by themselves for the serenity of it, and they're dedicated. I mean, they're out here in the middle of nowhere the same way I am, looking for hunting spots or whatever people are doing. Man, I hope this ride goes well. I don't have any encounters with anybody after I'm talking about being polite. But I'm going to go try to do another 5 hours. My tummy is grumbling. I probably need to eat something before I go. Done. 5 more hours. Done. Taking a shower, taking a nap. Day 6, Saturday. Did 3 hours, and I did over 3,000 feet worth of climbing, which means I'm pretty sure I climbed the height of Everest. Just have two things to say. I'm finding that it takes me about an hour before I start feeling okay on the bike. I need to remember that as I move into the next block of training, and also I need to remember that for the season. Maybe it'll be changed by then. The other thing is, I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, I mentioned how I was doing some junk miles because I was having trouble getting my heart rate up. After that first hour, it seems to be fine. Like I could the last 2 days, like yesterday I did 4 hours, something like that. Today I did 3 hours. Yeah, I could get the heart rate up and roll at 140 without any problem. So that's good. I mean, that's a good sign for the next block, which will be doing some rides at 80%. And then I'm also gonna hopefully start throwing in some group rides. I'm expecting that to hurt because I have not had any high intensity, and I've seen what the group rides have been doing, and those guys are moving fast. So that'll be good. That'll be a good next challenge. But I still have 1 more hour to ride tomorrow. But man, yeah, climb the height of Everest. 6 days. Some people are doing it in 6 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Take your time. Anything's possible. I don't know what the lesson here is. Maybe there is no lesson. 7. Done with base. I only rode an hour and a half today. But I have to say, rode flats, didn't ride any hills pretty much. If I got 200 feet of climbing, I'd be surprised. Rode an hour and a half, and the legs felt okay. They felt okay. It's gonna be hard doing the next block, but I feel like the week recovery in between, my body's ready to do it. So yeah, I climbed Everest in 7 days, over Everest in 7 days, in 6 days. So those of you that are familiar with the Everest Challenge on Strava, that's totally different. They're doing the same road up and down, and like I said, the record's like, I don't know, 6 hours, something like that. I'm just going out and riding and trying to get that elevation. In Athens, where I live, is not flat, but I also think like the maximum climbing I do on a hill is like 300 feet. So it's a lot of just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So you can imagine on these rides where I'm doing like 6,000 feet, that's a lot of up and downs. Yeah, but it's been fun. I am going to show my Strava profile here, just like the progress profile for the base month, so you can see how it progresses. I'm pretty happy actually. It's like almost like a perfect progression. So yeah, we'll see if it all pays off in a couple months, but I feel pretty good about it. Now I'm going to wash the car and relax.
Gospel Jew artist, I just make music for my Lord. If you're tired of hearing me, I don't get no gap, I just do it for my Lord. I'm not trying to get you converted, that ain't my job, I'm here to preach the word. I'm not trying to get you converted, that ain't my job, I'm here